What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since the last update on my all-wheel drive RSX project, so I thought it was about time to share an update and show you where it's at, and to let you know that basically within the next couple weeks I'm going to start working on this and getting it all sorted out. I had been waiting a while for a part that is super important to this build, and I finally got it, and it was totally worth the wait. So what I've been waiting for was this kit here. This is a rear diff mounting kit, and this kit is made by Red at Pirate Garage. I saw it on his channel, I contacted him, and he hooked me up with it. So huge shout out to Red for creating this, because it has turned out fantastic and I can't wait to try it out. But basically this kit allows you to take a CRV diff, and with basically no modifications to the RSX chassis, lets you bolt this diff in place. It's pretty simple. It basically bolts like this to the back, and then these holes bolt into the factory, I think, lower control arm holes, and then this upper plate bolts to the top of the diff and then sandwiches to the inside, kind of near where the seats are. So him creating this kit makes my life a lot easier to mounting this rear diff, and he's got all the dimensions worked out. And supposedly I can just use 2 of the short CRV drive shafts and it fits perfectly. So I'm super excited to test this out and get it in the car. So that will be happening soon. But first, for this car, the plan is to start off with the transmission side of things. And what I'm going to do first is drop the front wheel drive RSX subframe, then pull out the front wheel drive transmission, and then swap in an all-wheel drive transmission, and then put in the CRV subframe that's required to be able to hold the all-wheel drive transmission. But before any of that happens, I need to prepare an all-wheel drive transmission with the 6-speed conversion. And I have a few CRV transmissions, and I have a few 9th gen Civic Si transmissions, and my plan is to take the guts from the 9th gen 6-speed transmission and swap them into one of the well, maybe do both, but either way I need to make one transmission that's 6-speed for now. And my idea is, because this is an 0506 RSX and it has the newer style speed sensor, I want to kind of use this part of the transmission, which is the all-wheel drive side of it, and then basically replace this side of it with the newer 9th gen style transmission, because it has so it'll allow me to put the speed sensor that goes in on this side as opposed to the speed sensor that's there on the older style K-series transmissions. So I am by no means a transmission expert, but I have a really good friend that is, and this seems like a really good excuse to go see him. So my friend Eric Levine, who owns Levine Motorsports, he's agreed to help me out, and I'm gonna go visit him, and he's gonna help me swap all the guts and pieces over between the 2 transmissions. So I'm gonna load these transmissions up and go to his shop, and we're gonna see if we can make this happen. So let's jump over to that. Okay, guys, so I made it to Eric's shop, and we've been working away at this, and I think we have figured it out. But like I said, this transmission is gonna be basically a combination of 2 transmissions. This was a 2003 CRV all-wheel drive transmission, and I am putting the guts from a 9th gen, so this is a 2014 Civic Si transmission into it. And everything seems like it's gonna work. I think we've made some good progress. The plan is to actually use the bell housing side of the all-wheel drive transmission, which is what you need for the transfer case, but then we're gonna use the 9th gen side of the transmission, because that allows me to retain the speed sensor, the newer style speed sensor that will work with my RSX. We're gonna see if this works. I don't think anyone's ever actually done this, but there's only one way to find out. If it doesn't work, no big deal. It's just we've wasted a bit of time. One other thing we're gonna look into is how to swap the diffs. So right now I have the all-wheel drive diff in the case, and I also have the 9th gen LSD diff here. And what I would like to do is see if there's a way to use the 9th gen LSD in this all-wheel drive setup. It would be great if I could sort this out. And looking at the 2 diffs, I think there is a way. Obviously it has to be machined slightly differently. if you see how the all-wheel drive diff works, the bolts come in through the back, whereas on the traditional front-wheel drive diffs, the bolts come through the other side. But I think if I give this to my friend and he machines this clearance a bit more, so I can put these bolts this way through the diff, I think that'll actually work. So the plan is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna machine it, and then we'll probably end up having to take this apart again, or I'll do it to the other transmission I have, and see if we can make the OEM LSD work in an all-wheel drive transmission. So that's where we're at right now. Basically half 03 CRV all-wheel drive transmission and half 2014 6-speed Civic Si transmission. So far they seem to work together. We're gonna finish putting this together and go through the gears and make sure it works. And yeah, anyways, let's see if it works.
It's your friend. More bolts, flip it upside down, and they'll usually take care of the situation for you.
There you go.
And it's clipped in.
And it's clipped. Right on.
So now we just have a few more parts to put on. Cap, balls, the shift detents, reverse bolt, speed sensor, shifter mechanism.
Cool.
And then we'll shift it through the gears.
Sounds good.
So reverse bolt.
So we got the stuff left to do is reverse bolt, you're saying?
Yeah.
And then what's this?
That's the holder for the shift mechanism. It just a pin goes into here, keeps it steady.
Okay.
So the reverse bolt, I just put a screwdriver, make sure it's aligned. Put the bolt.
Because sometimes this can give you a headache, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just align it with a screwdriver and you're...
Yeah, super easy. You don't have to fight. You don't have to look. As long as you get close,
it should go in.
Little pointy screwdriver, boop, line it up.
Perfect.
And you're good to go.
So what do we got left?
Shift detents, cover, which we should seal up. So I'm gonna go and get some sealer. This thread sealant. It's like the equivalent of...
It's like Teflon tape.
Teflon tape, but
liquid.
Yeah. You don't need much, just a little bit. Just gotta be gentle on these.
So as to not cross-thread them?
Yeah, and try to not use the impact to tighten this. Stand it up.
Time for detents.
Detents. Our balls in. Tighten our detents.
And there's seals too, right? Like,
yeah, those seals are just crush washers that seal. And you don't want to go super crazy. This gun doesn't go too crazy. And
makes sense. So that's that, and then what? What's next?
Shift mechanism.
Okay.
And then we're basically done. So we're gonna take a minute and clean it.
Okay, cool.
Now we're ready to go in. Slap it in. Well, we have one gear that's engaged right now, so we're gonna. You want to show inside, so you got to make sure that all these right there are all in line.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can see that.
Everything there in line. Okay.
You have to pull this little dowel out. Most of the time to get this bolt.
That makes sense.
It'll just crush it. Just take it out. Saves you a hassle. Put it back in when you want to put it back together. And that's it. It's in.
Nice.
We just got to tighten it. Okay, this guy, it goes into the shift mechanism. It just,
Okay.
I believe it holds it steady.
Yeah.
Just gonna give it a
Bit of
dab
thread
of this
sealant.
stuff. Save us from a leak in the future. Put that guy in. Speed sensor went in like a boss. Just gonna line it up.
Done.
And
So that's it.
we're finished. So in theory,
it should work.
if we did a good job, we should have reverse.
Reverse, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse. And spins.
Seems to spin.
Yeah. So
Throw it in reverse and see if it goes the other way. Seems to work.
So we got.
So
All
we won't know until I actually put it in the car, but realistically this should work. Like, this is a hybrid of the CRV bell housing port of the transmission, and a 9th gen back half, 9th gen shift selector. Right now we have the CRV Diff in it, but I am gonna see if I can make the 9th gen LSD work. I just gotta do a bit of machining, but realistically, it looks like it'll work. And for my case, it'll work. It should hopefully benefit me because I didn't want to run the traditional old style speed sensor. I wanted to run the newer speed sensor. So I don't know, if it doesn't work, no big deal.
We'll start over.
Yeah, but realistically, it looks like it's gonna work. So I guess we'll find out once I get it in the car. So anyways, I think that's about it for today. Thanks for your help, Eric. I really appreciate your help with this.
No worries.
And I think we'll be doing a bunch more stuff in the future. So anyways, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks again for watching. Bye now.